I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-minute Convos, where I help you create a brand of your own unique, real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good morning, Melissa Rautenberg. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful morning?
Oh, fantastic, Angel. I'm here in Sicily, in Syracuse, Sicily. It's beautiful. It's a sunny morning.
That's wonderful. That is wonderful. Well, it's a great pleasure to connect with you, Melissa. Please do tell us which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this time.
I believe that is the Creative Hustler. I am the co-host of the Creative Hustler podcast. We talk about how creatives, entrepreneurs, and side hustlers live at the intersection of creativity and business.
Yeah, she's a podcaster.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Now, there was a guy on that had a similar podcast that he was co-hosting. His name is Steve Picanza. Do you know him by chance?
Oh, yeah, that's my husband.
Oh, really?
He's also a host of the Creative Hustler podcast. Yep.
Now, on all of his pictures, he was smiling, and there was a lady on the side of him. I want to believe, was that you?
Oh, yeah, that's me.
Oh, Wonderful. I'm joking here, Alyssa. I'm joking.
That's me. And he really does have that big of a smile, and he really does emulate that smile and that positivity.
Well, I'm guessing you have a very big part to play with that smile.
Yeah. Oh, that's sweet.
Oh,
Thanks.
there we go. So,
I hope so.
yeah. Well, diving into it now, Melissa, like, who did you learn the skill of podcasting from, or even co-hosting on the podcast?
Oh my goodness. To be completely honest with you, we just kind of wung it. Just kind of went for it. Stephen has done podcasts in the past, and he's hosted and he's done theater. For me, it was really pushing myself outside of the comfort zone. So I listened to a lot of podcasts. I listened to John Lee Dumas, Tim Ferriss, so a couple of different podcasters out there, and also Screw the 9 to 5 with Jill Stanton. I really love those two together. They're great. So I'd have to say I put myself in an uncomfortable situation to learn how to be comfortable.
That's intriguing. Is that something you do often?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Like right now, we are in Syracuse, Sicily, and this is for sure outside of my comfort zone. I don't know the language. I'm familiar with the culture, but obviously it's a little bit different being here. And, so I definitely like to put myself in uncomfortable situations. In 2017, Stephen and I actually did a podcast for our 17 intentions for 2017. And my whole theme was putting myself in uncomfortable situations to become comfortable.
So now that you've been doing that, you could definitely tell us why you will continue to repeat that skill.
You know why? Because it creates empathy. I grow way more when I do that. And I learn so much about people and business and my business and myself when I continue to put myself in uncomfortable situations. It's just really, it's the only way to grow. I mean, if you stay where you're comfortable inside your comfort zone, you stagnant. You just stay stagnant. And it's, for me, the happiest place is learning and growing and getting to meet new people and make new relationships.
That sounds great. So tell us one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years, please.
Well, besides putting myself in every kind of uncomfortable situation that I possibly can, I've been trying to be consistent with moving forward, with growing, so within my business. So I think the one thing that is imperative to success is consistency. And some days I wake up and I don't want to do anything. And, I think to myself, why am I here? What am I doing? What is happening? And I think the consistent thing that I continuously do is remind myself of why I am doing what I'm doing, and then just continue to share as much as I possibly can in a consistent manner to our audience and our target.
How does that make you feel?
Sometimes it's exhausting. To be completely honest, it's exhausting. But when you look back over the past 3 years, you realize wow, I've grown so much, I've shared so much, I've done so much. I'm I'm here in Sicily right now from a pipe dream from years ago. So from my husband and I. So it's liberating. It's liberating at the same time that it's exhausting and it's rewarding.
Yeah, suggest to someone out there why they should consider doing what you've done by putting yourself out there to learn as much as you do learn with the idea of serving others.
Well, oh, I like what you just said, serving others, because that is absolutely what we provide all the time. It's just a value to serve other people. And I think that you get the most reward out of life when you do that. You get the most back from people. You feel good when you do it. And when people see you trying and when people see you consistently working on yourself and working to help other people, people are willing to help you.
That's amazing. Amazing audience. We are live with Melissa Rautenberg. Again, she is the podcast host of The Creative Hustler, where they share knowledge from the beginning and budding, or for the beginning and budding entrepreneurs, on living at the intersection. I'm reading this directly from the website of creativity and business through their podcast, right? And their blog, resources and events. Pretty amazing stuff going on there. Stephen Picaza was here, Picanza, and pretty amazing stuff. Together, they are amazing. Melissa, let's switch gears for a moment now and let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Melissa, what is your earliest childhood memory?
Ooh, my earliest childhood memory, I'd have to say it's on the beaches in Plymouth, Massachusetts in the summertime. When I was younger, my father would throw big parties with all the neighbors, and we'd have the lobstermen over and all the guys that would bring in the seafood, and we would crack lobsters. So around like 4 or 5 years old, I would be cracking lobsters on my own, eating seafood, and seafood is still to this day my favorite food.
Wow. So why do you think this memory is so clear, and how do you see it connecting to who you are today?
I've always been a sun searcher. So I'm constantly searching for warm spots. It was a happy time in my life. The food tasted great. It was fresh. And those still follow me. I still like the fresh food from the sea. I still like the feeling I get from the salt and the sun, and I'm constantly searching those feelings.
That is intriguing. Well, can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind?
Sure.
I love the idea of what it takes to get the food, the work, if you would. And I'm intrigued by the way that connects to who you are today, understanding the work it does take to get the food. Even as an entrepreneur, right, metaphorically speaking, the work that it takes to get the food. But at the same time, the opportunity or the choice for you to do the thing you love to get the work that you need. As well as, I love the picture of the block party, if you would, where you're bringing together other entrepreneurs, right? Well, your father actually was doing it, but to see that you saw that, right, and the value of that, of bringing together other entrepreneurs and the community that was being built around that.
That's pretty fantastic. Yeah, absolutely.
If we fast forward,
great perspective.
Yeah. If we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
My favorite song?
Yeah.
Well, that also goes right in line with my first concert was Red Hot Chili Peppers. So my favorite song, I definitely like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I like rock music.
Right.
Silverchair was in there. I can't think of an exact favorite song.
Okay, it's cool. If nothing pops up, it's all right. You're not the first, and you will not be the last.
But I would go with all of Red Hot Chili Peppers around that time, and Under the Bridge is the first song that pops in my head.
All right. Well, yeah, most definitely. Well, Under the Bridge, right? Definitely. All right. Well, Melissa, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there is a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready, Melissa?
Sure.
Melissa, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Yes.
Are you married?
Yes.
Do you have children?
No.
Do you believe in God?
I do, in a form.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
I do.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No.
How about 3 hours a week?
Sometimes. Depends on the week.
What about screen time, the phone and the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
Usually more.
Melissa, if you had to share with us a statement that represents who you are, your own unique real statement, what would you say that is?
Sometimes certain events in your life force you to change. Without that change, future opportunities will be missed.
Melissa Rautenberg, this was a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Keep doing what you love to do and keep surrounding yourself with the people that will get you to what you love to do.
Love it. Melissa Rautenberg, thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mountain pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.